In the wake of nationwide protests following the death of George Floyd, an unarmed black man in Minneapolis who was killed after a white police officer pressed his knee on Floyd's neck, many have been standing in solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement, calling to end racial injustice, amplify black voices, and be educated on the history of systematic racism and black oppression in America. While there are plenty of tools and resources to choose from, there are also a number of enlightening movies, shows, and documentaries that powerfully highlight the issues of anti-black racism in our society. So here at The Hollywood Reporter News, we've compiled a list of 5 shows to watch on Netflix to be better educated on racial injustice. Number 1, 13th.
The states were required to keep these prisons filled even if nobody was committing a crime.
From filmmaker Ava DuVernay, this documentary explores the history of racial inequality in the United States, focusing on the criminalization of African Americans post-slavery and mass incarceration in the U.S. The title is in reference to the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution, which reads, "Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the parties shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States." Many scholars have attributed this exception to the clause as the loophole which incarcerates black people at a disproportionate rate to that of white people. The doc is also free for viewing on the Netflix YouTube channel. Number 2, Explained: The Racial Wealth Gap.
The median black households is $17,600. And that gap is still growing and growing.
Explained is a series that explores a wide range of culturally relevant topics, questions, and ideas. In just 16 minutes, this specific episode discusses how slavery, housing discrimination, and centuries of inequality have come together to create a racial wealth gap. The full episode can be found on the Netflix YouTube channel. Number 3, The Death and Life of Marsha P Johnson.
Marsha P Johnson was the Rosa Parks of the LGBT movement.
This documentary re-examines the mysterious 1992 death of Marsha P Johnson, a black transgender activist who was central to the 1969 Stonewall riots. Although her death was ruled a suicide and left uninvestigated by police, the doc follows activist Victoria Cruz as she tries to seek justice for her friend. The documentary explores Johnson's life during the Stonewall riots and honors the key role trans women of color played in LGBTQ rights in the U.S. Number 4, Time: The Khalif Browder Story.
If I just say that I did it, nothing's gonna be done about it. I didn't do it, no justice is served, nobody hears nothing at all. I had to fight.
The documentary recounts the story of Khalif Browder, a Bronx high school student who spent 3 horrific years in jail, 2 of them in solitary confinement on Rikers Island, despite never being convicted of a crime. He was accused at 16 of stealing a backpack, and his family was unable to afford his bail. The documentary explores the violence and corruption on Rikers Island and how, although the charges were ultimately dropped, the criminal justice system devastatingly failed the young 16-year-old who tragically committed suicide after his release. Number 5, When They See Us.
Police! Stop right there! Don't resist! Do not resist!
Ava DuVernay's Emmy-nominated miniseries based on the true events of the 1989 Central Park jogger case, where 5 young black teenage boys were charged and convicted with a brutal rape crime they did not commit. The drama spans 25 years following the young boys from when they were first questioned about the incident in 1989 and forced into making false confessions by police officers all the way through to their exoneration in 2002 and all they endured in between. For more news and updates, head to THR.com. For The Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Neha Joy.